What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be looking at a title called ZORBUS. ZORBUS is a classical roguelike, and in fact, quite a good one from what I've seen so far. I play a lot of roguelikes, and it's odd that I've never bumped my elbows on into this one, but it recently got like a Steam distribution, and so that's probably why, as like the vast majority of my work takes place either on itch.io, or like if it doesn't get posted on some random social media, or on like Steam, I'm probably not going to see it unless somebody reaches out and is like, hey, I made this thing. And so anyways, this is a one-man project that is a classic roguelike. It follows all the tropes. You are a randomized character. Well, not randomized. You can take a randomized character. You can also make a custom character or a pre-build, and then you go down into the ZORBUS dungeon, trying to find like the portal of ZORBUS or something like that. I don't know. Every single roguelike kind of has the same storyline. You're trying to find like a stick, like a staff, like an orb, or like a teleporter or something. This game is no different. However, where I think the game really sets itself apart and shines by comparison to all the other kind of games that are out there is that the game sports like a huge amount of quality of life. Like, this is a highly customizable game where you can make it as click heavy or unclick heavy as you want. Everything from like auto looting options to the size of the view window to like all kinds of things. And I'll show you later on in the settings just so you can get an idea. The downside to that is this game is going to take some setup when you first start playing. I had to fiddle with it for probably about 10 or 15 minutes to get it to look and play the way that I wanted to with the various keybinds and sort of accessibility options and things like that. But after that setup, you should be good to go. And so anyways, ZORBUS, let's dive on in for 25-30 minutes, see if it's the kind of game you want to play or pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. It'll take you to the developer's website where you can get the game for free, as I recall. You can also get the game through various other mediums if you wanted to support the developers with like monetary kickbacks if you find that you're going to enjoy the game. Nonetheless, like all of the classic roguelikes, you can just go grab it from a website if you want. But anyways, down there you'll also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live. Let's go ahead and play some ZORBUS. So inside the new game over here, they've got a number of archetypes that you can just take if you wanted to get going. These are everything from like guys that focus on stuff like magic and like hybrids. There's nobles that start out with really good items. There are warriors who are good at fighting, archers, all the stuff that you've come to expect. Now, what makes ZORBUS a little bit different is that this game has rules that are sort of similar to D&D. So in a lot of games, they have their own sort of contrived systems in order to make everything work. This is very much kind of like a D6, D20, D whatever system, where you're going to be rolling a lot of dice. Luckily, the game takes care of that for you, and so you don't really have to worry about it at all. But sometimes it's a good idea to get into the nitty-gritty of how the game works, just in case you wanted to, like, optimize your character. A good resource for that is the Zorbupedia. I have looked up a number of things in the Zorbupedia over the last 2 or 3 hours that I've spent with the game because, you know, not everything is explained. The game is a classic roguelike in that respect where there's like no tutorial or whatever. You're just going in and you're going to figure it out. But if you played anything like Tales of Maj'Eyal or Caves of Qud or whatever, you'll figure it out pretty quickly because the systems are not that esoteric. This is a game that definitely respects sort of like the Berlin tradition, I suppose. And so anyways, I'm going to make a custom character, though, because I think that's where a lot of the fun happens, is the things that you can fiddle with. And so our name is not going to be Gabcath. It's just going to be Splattercat for right now, because that makes things easier. You can pick whether or not you want it to be male or female. Yes, male or female, and the sprites do change depending on which you pick right there. There's a number of different races. All of these are going to be heavily inspired by D&D. They all more or less do the things you expect them to do. They follow, like, racial tropes in fantasy settings pretty well. Things like halflings, they're probably going to have, like, better motion. Guys like the dwarves are probably going to have, like, better body. Things like gnomes are probably going to be better at casting and whatnot. You can pretty much just, like, pick based on what you like, and they'll probably follow the archetypes that you expect from, like, your average D&D game. For right now, I think I'm going to be a half-orc, because that sounds rad as hell, and there's a couple of different sprites we get. I want the guy with the cape. Yeah, give me the guy with the cape. That's the good stuff. And then from here, you've got two options. The ability system in this game works identical to, like, a... if you've ever done a point-buy system in D&D, same thing. You buy points where you want them to go, and they will make you better at various things. Stuff like mind and spirit tend to be largely for like magic casting abilities and stamina, whereas body and motion are like your melee damage, your chance to hit, stuff like that. You can also go with a classic sort of like a AD&D roll system if you want, where it will roll all these stats and you can just take whatever you get randomly. It does spend all the points for you when it does that roll, so they all should be reasonably balanced. But anyways, as a melee fighter, which I think I'm going to focus on, we probably want to go pretty heavily into something like, let's call it 11 in body and motion, so that we get +2 to damage whenever we hit an enemy, and then we also get, we get rid of the malice that we have right there from being an orc, so we're not getting a minus to hit. I do think it's a good idea to put something into mind, because our search is pretty piss poor right now. Our overall penalty is a -1 right there. That's not awful. I think I could take it. I'll probably even these out to a 10. And then we'll probably put just a little bit more in here to get that +1. Maybe like an extra... Well, instead of damage, let's keep it light on damage and let's increase our chance to hit. And then from there, I don't really have a problem with taking those up to like 11s. That's not like the best play that I've ever done. With 11 body, we're going to struggle with some of the heavier equipment like warhammers and stuff like that. But we'll kind of play it as it lies, because honestly for an orc, we've got pretty good hit chance. We could take that back down right there and then just like split it up that way maybe. Yeah, we'll leave it right there, I think, because I think if we put one more point into body, 2 more points into body, we get a bonus. Okay, sounds like a fair plan to me. We'll take 1 out of, like, mind right there just to get the -1. Take that down to right there because I don't think we're going to be casting too much anyways. And then maybe we'll just kind of, like, sweep the remainder into strength so that we can equip a little bit more gear. Yeah, that seems okay to me. That's a fairly conservative spread of stats for this game, but I think it'll be all right. My last character had 17 body and had like -2s and -3s and all this stuff, and he didn't have any bonuses at all to hit, but he didn't have any penalties either, but I spent a lot of turns whiffing, unfortunately. It's made me a little bit nervous about having a bad motion stat. We've also got skills here. Once again, works exactly the same as D&D. All of these things will do the thing that you think they're going to do. Melee makes us hit more frequently in melee. This guy right here will give us a better chance to hit with range. These are also kind of like sub-requirements for getting more specialized skills later on in the game. So if you don't have like a certain amount of melee, you won't be able to dual wield, or you won't be able to get a higher crit chance, so on and so forth. You need a certain amount of magic to cast spells as well. We could take that up to a 0 right now if we wanted to hybridize out. But I'll probably go with dodge. Might not be a bad idea if we're going two-handed. But then again, if we're going melee, I think our melee skill is also used for parrying, and so we might not need it. Instead, it might be a smarter idea to put a point into search so that, like, we can find secret doors and stuff like that just with, like, kind of passive rolls. And maybe we'll throw a point into, let's call it magic, just in case. I don't think we're ever going to be good at magic. Like, disable's fine, but we can also bash locks. We get to pick a talent right here. This can be just a flat stat increase if that's what you want. It can be something more interesting. And actually, I think that these are somewhat randomized. Either that or they have a stat. They have a stat requirement. Because the last time I made a character, this list was a lot longer. I would recommend that maybe they have the things that you can't get grayed out here, although I don't know how many there are. So there may not actually be enough menu space to do that, which is why they did it this way. But we can be a natural leader. That allows us to have more recruits. There are people you will find in the dungeon and animals you will find in the dungeon that may want to be friends with you. We can start with a silver spoon, which means we start out with really, really good gear and a lot of money. We can go with stone sense, which allows us, let's see, how much have you explored? Oh, okay. So that'll let us know how much of the dungeon we've explored. Gotcha. Let's go with silver spoon. We're going to be a noble orc. That sounds rad. And then you can also save your character if you want down here so that it can come up in the random draft if you want, which is kind of a cool idea. All right, so here we are inside the dungeon. Game's pretty simple. Top left-hand corner, we've got our HP. Underneath that, we've got our stamina points. This little meter right here is going to be our XP, how close we are to the next level. Level ups in this game are more or less what you would expect if you've played D&D before. You get extra skill points that you can slot into like your passive skills that are always rolling, looking for secret doors, you know, stealth, stuff like that, like we just allocated. On top of that, I don't know if you get more stats. My characters don't live that long as a new player to the game. Because we're a rich character, we started out with a +2 longsword. Absolutely beautiful. By pressing the I key, we can take a look at our loadout that we started with. We got a robe of protection +2. That's really, really good. That's basically a robe that has the armor stats of like almost studded leather, so that's pretty good. We've got a lantern, which gives us kind of like a halo of light around us so that we can see. We've also got a sling +2, which is pretty spicy. And so there are some interesting things going on with this loadout. There's a couple of books laying around over here. These are tutorial books. I didn't read any of them because I'm a cavalier nutjob who just does stuff and hopes it works for the best. But also, I've played like a lot of roguelikes. I'm controlling the game right now with WASD. However, the game is fully controllable with a mouse. On top of that, it does have a number of alternate keybind systems that you can look at inside the options, in case you were wondering about that. Let's go ahead and get this guy right here. We got a little bit of gold on that side. And we've got ourselves a lantern, a short spear, and a short sword. There we go. We wiped out that kobold real fast, but I'm playing with the WASD loadout. The game is fully customizable. You can make the keys do whatever you want. It's got a number of presets for various different popular keybinds from around the world. Whether or not you prefer the numpad, or you prefer WASD, or like what's the one they use in France that's like on the other side of the keyboard? You can do that one. Or you can just control with the mouse if you don't like any of those options at all. The game really is kind of open like that. This guy is excited about sticking a knife in my chest to make his day go better. He's kind of small, though. Given his voice, I'm going to say, like, he looked small. Like, he looked childlike. And so I was kind of hoping to myself that I didn't just +2 half-orc longsword a child. And I don't think that I did from the voice that played, but it was a worry briefly. You can light up light sources by walking into them, like so. I don't know if the light sources do anything other than just give you more of a light radius so that you can see properly. But anyways, we've got ourselves some kind of summoning room over here. Oh, we've got a crypt. This is going to be one of those things. So bad stuff is going to happen. Ooh, one-shotted the centipede. Those centipedes are kind of risky for level 1 characters. Not because they're actually inherently like really good at fighting, but because they have a poison effect. And anyways, if they catch you for like max damage, which I think is like 7 on those guys, and then on top of that you get poison and it starts ticking and they land like another good hit on you, it's just like 2 hits to kill. These are coffins right here. They have not been looted. We have to decide if we want to open these or not. Sometimes when you open these, it summons a great many things that want to hurt you, like zombies and whatnot. In this case, it has unleashed an unholy fox storm. I don't know why, but it did. Over here, we've got humanoid bones, and we've got an Urgrosh. Apparently, it's a spear axe. Okay, I've never heard of that in my life, but it would allow us to attack 2 tiles out, but unfortunately, it's not enchanted, and I like my enchanted stuff. We're going to rest until we're healed. One of the unique things about this game is that it does not have a hunger system. So normally, in games that are kind of like standardized roguelikes, did I just get blasted with something? I guess there must have been a trap on it. Anyways, I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong key right there in order to pass a turn. I keep hitting X. X is for your abilities list. So there you go. So it allows you to make reach attacks with 2-handed weapons that have the great property. So if we're using a 2-hander, we can effectively attack 2 tiles out instead of 1. And so it can be kind of helpful. But anyways, if you have active abilities or spells or whatever, they'll be in there. And that's where you can assign them to hotkeys. And you can make it all happen. The game seems to have pretty good line of sight. I haven't felt cheated yet by getting struck by enemies around corners that I feel like they can't see around, so I'm very happy about that. Some games have like really, really dubious... Ooh, a small shield? Yeah, I'll take that. That'll be nice. Some games have really dubious line of sight, and it drives me nuts. I don't see anything else in here that we might want to get our hands on. Let's go ahead and slap on that shield. That's going to increase our... Gives us 4 melee defense and 2 range defense, so I don't think that's too bad. However, it does affect our magic casting by a -2, and so if we want to cast the magics, a shield is not going to be a great idea. We've got a large, I would say that goes much further than a large spider. That spider is quite grandiose. We'll go ahead and attack him real fast because he's going to go hostile anyways. And then we'll just let the poison do its work. We'll rest until healed by right-clicking on our character. And that's a teleporter. Since it goes to a non-discriminate location, I am not going to step on that teleporter because I would hate to end up in like a hell realm or something and get annihilated at level 1 live on the interwebs. And we'll go and attack this crab just to get it out of the way. In general, I tend to murder all the non-hostile creatures like the neutral ones because eventually they feel like they always go hostile on me anyways. And so there is the stairwell down to the next level. I've got my auto-loot right now. It's auto-looting potions. It's auto-looting scrolls. It is auto-looting ammo. And a few other things. Money. I've got my auto-loot list kind of filled out so that I don't really have to look at stuff. Ooh, potion of antidote. I'll take that. Top right, we do have a quick bar as well. So we've got potions of blink. Those will teleport us just randomly around the area. We've got potions of healing. I think every character starts with potions of healing just to avoid like early game deaths. So make sure you know that those are on your F3 key when you start out. We've got a wand that can summon animals, a Carrillo Express card. Okay, so it'll take me to the shop. That's nice. We've got a panther figurine as well. And I'm assuming that that's kind of like a Drizzt reference right there. Didn't he have like a panther statue that turned into a panther or something? I don't know. It's been a long time since I was 13. Anyways, let's go ahead and keep on looking around. I don't think there's anything that I can do with the crystal forme. Oh, what's up, man? How would you like to be fingers and toes? Enjoy your time. The game does have auto explore. I gotta find the hotkey for it because I forget what it is. So if you're the kind of roguelike player that really enjoys just having it auto explore the dungeon for you, and then you just take over when combat starts, it does have that. I don't use that feature at all in any roguelike that I play. I always manually control my character. And so it's not a feature that I really look for, need, or require, but for the sake of like genre convention and letting you guys know that like all of these features that are popular with other members of the genre as well, they are inside the game. Dude, my cape is so cool, dude. There's nothing cooler than a cape over one shoulder, man. A cape over one shoulder is stylistically one of the coolest things you can possibly do. A crocodile, eh? Well, hey, where are you going? Come back. He's fleeing in fear for his life. Crocofear. Okay, man, everybody's running right now. What am I, just like extra strength terrifying? Or does like every enemy in this dungeon just have like a real extra strength coating of wuss? I feel like it must be. I don't know if 7 has enough health to fight this guy, but oh, never mind. Oh, the gator came back. Oh, and he ate that guy. I don't think I'm going to die right here. It looks like I'm resistant. It doesn't give me a spread of what his damage looks like. Yeah, I'm the crocodile slayer. The swamp dragon. Ow! Did you just... He shot me with a bullet. He hit me with a sling round. What a jerk. Sometimes they have a melee weapon they swap to as well. Man, this guy does not want to engage. This could go really badly if there's another enemy inside of here. It could be kind of terrible. There we go. He's now down, and we got a free potion of healing. We got some traps. That was a really, really good kill, actually. He had a lot of goodies on him. Yeah, he had things that I'm intensely interested in. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, games like this tend to have a hunger system to stop the player from playing poorly and just accepting damage, and then you right-click on your character to heal it all off. The hunger meter is usually a counterbalance to that strategy. This game doesn't have a hunger meter because this game kills you with relentless abandon pretty much no matter what you do, so don't even worry about it. You're probably going to die anyways. Oh, he had a health potion. My man had supplementary utilities. I have been impressed by the way the AI plays so far. Like, they do seem to kind of, like, surround you. They do seem to focus on whatever they've got skill in, whether it be, like, melee or whether it be kind of like ranged attacks. They'll swap weapons. They'll use consumables that they have on them in order to get rid of status effects if those status effects match. And there's a kill. He was supposed to rule the world. Everybody wants to rule the world. I can't take my melee up right now. Probably take my search up so that I can find secret doors. This game is absolutely honeycombed with secret rooms and things. Looks like we don't have a talent point right now, so we'll just continue forward. We got some money right here. We've got some hide armor. It's amazing that I can see it. Let's see. So with the hide armor, what's the defense on this bad boy? 2. So it's pretty much the exact same as what we already have. The only difference is it weighs a lot more and it nerfs our magic, so like why worry about it? We'll just keep what we have on right now. I'm not really planning on casting anything, but still. Another stairway down. Alright. There's a half-orc who's sure all that glitters is Zorbits. He's finding a stairway into a dungeon. That guy's deadly and can kill me in 3 turns. I'm scared. I've never seen him before. There's random stuff that can happen in rooms. I don't know if he's like a... Sir? Well met. My name is Bartheon. I've been roaming these dungeons for years. Can I recruit you? Where are we going again? To Zorbus? That's right, buddy. That's right. And so now I've got myself a homie. I've got a guy that can back me up. Maybe he'll cast some buffs and stuff on me. That's a red teleporter. I don't want to step on that. A dog? Can I have dog friend? Is that possible? Awaken the pup. Oh, he doesn't want to be my friend. That's a bummer. Anything with a white bar on underneath it is not hostile to you and like cannot go hostile to you. Unless there's like a rage spell or something, and then in that case, I'd say, and oh, we found a kobold key. That means there's a treasure chest somewhere on this floor that's got some goodies in it. All right, well, let's carry on. I mean, I love the way the dungeon map looks in this game after it fills out. Like, they've done a really good job at making sure a lot of the rooms have different geometric shapes, or like slightly different geometric shapes, and it makes for sort of like these Romero-esque dungeons that you get that remind me of old like Wolfenstein layouts. I don't know, I kind of like it. Takes me back. Okay. Apparently now is the time to shout wow. Next section of the unexplored dungeon appears to be over here. So we'll just take a quick look around. Kind of fill in any hallways that we haven't found just yet. And here would be the time that like an auto explore I think would probably be helpful. We did find... Oh, what has happened? I got scared. I think I pooped a little. Did he just summon a whole bunch of Wolverines? Dude, you think you know a guy, but then all of a sudden you're fighting conjured ethereal foxes and he summons his own Red Dawn. You know what I mean? Like, all right, fair enough. Like, don't even know what to say. I'm going to loot this. There's a leather armor right there, and there's a hide armor. Looks like the leather armor is actually a lot lighter. All right, well, I'll just take the 20. Oh, God! Okay, yeah, there's magic bullets flying around everywhere. That dude got hit in the face with one magical blast and was like, nope, I'm out. Nope, didn't sign up for this. I no longer want to participate in dungeon debauchery, no thank you. I'm like, fair enough, dude, that's what you get. That's what you get. Mess around and find out in the world of Bartheon. Bartheon the Conqueror. This isn't even my story anymore. I'm just a side character in Bartheon's story. Looks like we've got another hallway over here. Actually, it looks like it just goes around in a circle. Alright, so over here we've got another set of rooms that we haven't gone through. There's some text on the floor. Nokiki the Titan. I don't know, man. That statue's kind of little. That's barely a statue. It's like kind of like a embellished figure. An elephant. All right. Yeah, there's going to be random elephants running around in the dungeon. This has been sort of the sub-theme of every single dungeon I've played in this game so far. There's just hordes of elephants wandering around. How did they get there? Nobody knows. But the elephants, they yearn for the dungeon. That was not the kobold chest. Looks like it's mostly stuff that I don't want, and $22, which I definitely want. Everybody knows the fundamental rule of life is that everything fun costs $20. So with $22, we've got ourselves enough money for one singular fun. And then past that, we've already achieved 10% more fun. We already came down this way, but we didn't look down here. An elephant guarding a switch. What could go wrong? There is writing on the floor. Clean up the room after use. Okay. Did it just turn the... I think it just turned the elephant into a monkey. I'm kind of struggling. So I'm contemplating what use this could possibly have for magical research. But I'm coming up blank. I don't know why you would need a full-on dedicated vestibule that is specifically and only for converting one type of, being into a monkey over and over and over again. Dungeon level 2, yes. Why did I... Ooh, it's a hobgoblin. Yeah, let's go ahead and just fall back. Let the homeboy handle it. Yeah, exactly, dude. Nobody can handle the storm of Wolverines, the whirlwind of Wolverines. Vampire bats down. We got some arrows right there. We've also got nothing that I really want. Oh, that's like a whole adventuring party. That's probably not great. I killed one. I did my part. What is that on the ground? Like a rotten avocado? I don't even know what that is. But either way, my buddy's chasing people down in other directions. We might as well capitalize on the chaos here and kill off some of these goblins. There we go. The game is very fast-paced. That's what I like about it. If you've noticed my preferences for roguelikes over the years, I tend to prefer the stuff that's very, very fast-paced, like Rogue's Tale or like Tales of Maj'Eyal, where they go in more of a hack-and-slashy direction. This game is definitely more in that hack-and-slashy direction. It's going to be you churning through a lot of mobs to get to where you're going. Oh, it's a barrel full of dead bodies. Fair enough. A spiked shield. It does a lot more defense, and it does damage whenever we shield bash. I think there's a special ability you get that makes you shield bash as part of every single melee attack. And so anyways, when you shield bash, it's doing more damage, like it's helping out. What did you just do? Did you just conjure, like, circular grape-flavored mist on that dead guy over there? Why? Oh, okay. Yeah, something just got shot at me. Is berserking bad? I'm gonna drink a potion. There we go. He's down. Doobie-doo, down, down, comma, comma. We'll take his arrows and another barrel full of dead bodies. All right, we've got a whip. Yeah. Just in case you want to get your Belmont on. I like that. Oh, he found a secret door too? It's a secret door that leads to a hallway we could have walked down from a different direction anyways, but you know what? I'm proud of you, man. You did a good job. Well met, half-orc. Do not be afraid. Do you require help? Maybe? What do you do? His name is Thorhun. He's a gif, hippo folk, as most of your kind would describe me. It says he's dangerous. Can he be in my party? Thorhun does not seem... Okay, we can only have the one recruit for right now. That's why you want to put more points in charisma, dude. I put all my points into reckless violence, and as such, I'm having trouble making friends. Who would have known? Was there another guy down the hall right there? Oh, it's a crocodile and a wasp. All right. Right, knock him out. I don't like wasps at all, so I'm just gonna kill you on principle. Like, I dislike everything about what and who you are. Wasps are... I just wiped out a wasp nest in my... This is not gonna be good, is it? Okay, yeah, we're definitely getting hit from, like, every single direction. Things could be better right now, but then again, Barthion is the most terrifying dude on Earth. Yep, not even my story anymore. If this is Barthion's quest, I'm just a side character that gets referenced, like, once per chapter to, like, carry the heavy stuff that he doesn't want to carry, to, like, sweat when he feels like it's not worth sweating. What is that right there? A potion of mobility? We have to go through the 666 layers of the abyss and the 9 hells to reach Zorbus. So many Balors and pit fiends to kill. They will be but insects under our foot on the road to godhood. So yeah, that's what happens apparently when you're on the road to Zorbus, is you become a god. A cave boar. That sort of worries me, but he's kind of cute when he's wiggling his butt like that. It's kind of adorable. Aw, dude, you made him angry, didn't you? Oh, you one-shotted him, though. I feel like that was kind of unnecessary carnage, but at this point, Barthion is kind of terrifying, so I've given up on critiquing him. I just don't see the point in putting my safety at risk. A lion? Aw, dude. Come on. Let's not go anywhere near the lion. Barthion is dead, and I'm running for my life. Lions in this game are really, really, really bad. Is he still alive? I mean, I'm sorry, Barthion, that we had to do the old, like, Daniel in the Lion's Den thing here in order to secure my own survival. I realize that this may have a prolonged effect on our friendship, but it was necessary, okay? I would have expected you to do the same, but you didn't, and that's why I'm still here and you're not. So, like, you know. We don't have Barthion to back us up anymore, though. So, things might get a little bit risky. These guys right here, they aren't hostile, but they don't really do anything. They just kind of hang out. They're like mushroom tenders. They're like sentient mushrooms that tend the other non-sentient mushrooms, if that makes sense. I don't know if they tend them to eat them, if they just do it out of pure egalitarianism and, like, empathy. I can't really tell you, but that's what they do. And so anyways, I've now explained myself. Oh, that was not the sound that happy things make. I think these are like alarm shrooms. When they see you, they scream, and it summons like the entire like group of enemies down on you, but the lion killed them all, I think. Wipe out that gibberling. There must be some kind of way out of here. You know? A Kenku. Ow, dude! I don't support the way that this is going. Oh, another lion, dude? Come on. Apparently, I accidentally swapped my weapon right there, so that's entirely what went wrong. We need to kill this Kenku, though, right now, because he's actually putting up big damage. I was gonna say, I don't know what he was hitting me with, but Lord, did it hurt. Aw, dude. I don't know where that blinked me to, but you know what? I'll take it. I'm not dead, and that's apparently it can teleport you to places you haven't even discovered yet. I figured it would just send me off somewhere where I had been. Well met, friend, do you need... Yes, I do. There's a terrifying lion. Apparently this guy's name is Myth Puck. Well, Pucky Fresh, we're going this way, bro. Let's roll. Me and Pucky Fresh we got a lion to fight. Oh, a black bear. Black bears aren't that worrisome though. Like black bear. Oh, what is that thing? We seem to be fighting it okay. I was gonna see if I could help out Puckmaster Fresh over here. You're dead. That guy's running, and I don't feel like chasing him around. I feel kind of lazy right now. Is that normal to feel somewhat lazy and lethargic in the dungeon? A humanoid skeleton. Ooh, a scale armor. Or wait, no, he has the scale armor on. Okay, I thought there was scale armor on the ground. There's just a warhammer. However, there is a cave bear over here. We should probably do our best not to aggro him. And I think I have entirely lost track of time. This is Zorbus. It's honestly not too bad of a roguelike. It sort of surprised me. I did not expect the game to be so rad and like well put together. I think the Puck Lord is about to go down. I'm just gonna, yeah, let's summon a couple of critters just to help us out with the things that are happening here. Oh, I'm being attacked by, like, animated furniture, too. That's upsetting. Can I cast that again? Yeah, just keep... Oh, I summon my own lion? Yes, dude. Yes, I support this. Oh, I'm under attack by a bear, though. Lots of bad things are happening. Oh, my ass! Well, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today was our rundown into ZORBUS. Obviously, it did not go very well, but the game is a lot of fun, so the link is down below. I don't really have a whole lot of complaints about the game. I think this is a really, really good classical roguelike that sticks to convention while adding its own little like bumps and hooks and knobs, and I think it does a good job. It's got gear enchanting, it's got looting, it's got all that fun stuff. If you wanted to look at the customizability options, there's more than we could possibly have time to go through. Everything from font customization to keybinds to how much the enemies wiggle, whether or not they wiggle with synchronicity or whether or not they wiggle independently and unbound to one another, different alternate health bars, speech bubbles, like there's legitimately, you can make it so the enemy never flees. Like you can do all kinds of stuff here. It has one of the largest volume mixers I've ever seen in my life. Like you can basically customize every sound in the game. I mean, this is put together pretty well, in all honesty. Like, there's a lot of good stuff here that you can play around with, on top of fully rekey-bindables and all that sort of stuff. So, ZORBUS, check it out if you're looking for a new roguelike. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Zorbity ZORBUS. Tomorrow, something else. Thanks for chilling, and I'll be back.